Would you like to learn how to set up a ManyChat template so you can distribute your flows to other pages? Well, I'm going to show you how to do that, and I'm going to show you that now.
We'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands.
All right, so let's get rocking with the ManyChat templates. So you've created these flows, you've created this system. It's got a welcome message, default message, it's got a main menu and all these flows, and you need to install it. So what you want to use is you want to use the ManyChat template. To do that, it's the easiest way, quickest way. They put a great system together to actually install it, and if you need to uninstall it, it takes everything off. So let's take a look at creating a template. We're going to install it, and then we're going to uninstall it, do all those good things. So go to your dashboard, and let's say you have all your work done. And so now you're going to go down to here on the left-hand side, all the way down, it says templates. To move myself out of the way there. I got a bunch of templates that I've created. Let's just start from scratch. So you're going to come up here and you're going to push new template. And then you're going to select the page where you're going to grab it from. We're going to do everything bot. And from here, what it's going to present you is all the elements that you have, be it general, let's say your main menu, welcome message, default reply, growth tools, keywords, sequences, flows, rules, way there, and that's it. So if we actually close these all out, which is nice that they're all opened, but you can see that these are the categories you get to select from. And over here it says this add element to a template also adds all connected elements. So if you pick a flow and it has custom fields, tags, bot fields, all those in the flow, they're used, they're going to be included automatically. So it's a great thing that way. Plus any associated, I believe any associated flows come along with it. So for example, when you check, there it is. When you check a flow which has a start another flow step, then this flow is also added to template. Yep, that's what I just said. And so any flows, let's see, check turn over any possible connections, pro and free templates. So you can do pro and free templates. So you just have to make sure when you're installing from a pro to a pro, not a pro to a free. It's not going to work. So, and let's see, I'm just going to open up all these again. So what you're going to go through is you're going to pick and choose which one. So let's just say we want to include the main menu, and then it's going to come up here and says category general, we have the main menu included. And then you can go down to growth tools. So let's just say we're going to pick that one. And so now we have one growth tool and one flow. So you can see I picked a growth tool that connects to a flow, and it brought the flow in as well. All right. So that's how the connection between them, how that works. And so I'm going to take that one off because I'm not going to take anything in there. I'm going to actually take this one off because I'm not going to take anything in that one. Keywords. I think we're going to do a keyword. And again, if you pick a keyword, I'm going to pick quiz. And it's got 8 flows connected to it because it goes to one flow and then that flow calls another one and calls another one. It's the whole quiz. So as you can see, it grabs everything, and now it's going to grab. Now, if I close this too, oh no, let's say that. But have that. If there's any sequences, which I don't have any sequences, but you can grab those. And then flows, you can grab any flows that you want to include. Now, it's going to include everything that, from that growth tool. It's going to include, and I believe, here we go. It's got all these flows included. Now you don't see that, but it's all included. So I'm just going to say, yeah, I want that folder. But it grabbed all of them with that growth tool, and you can see that. And all the tags, the custom fields, the bot fields are all going to come along. So we're just going to create a template for this. I think that's all I want. And then you can go into rules. You can pick a rule. I'm just going to pick that rule for right now. And go back up to the top. So we have one rule. We have 9 flows because there was one in that rule. And then we have the one keyword. I'm actually going to take the rule off of there. But I'm going to include now for my template, I don't need the main menu and the welcome message. But for this one, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to show you what happens when you come over there. Actually, I'm going to bring them all. Did that change much? Yeah, that did. Main menu didn't change. So I don't think I have a main menu in there. That was probably one of the things. Let's just create one quick. So I'm going to show you something. And because a lot of times you have a main, that's not the one I want to be in. Here we go. And I'm just going to create one here. I'm going to go to a message. I'm going to select existing one. Yeah, it's going to start the quiz. There you go. Start quiz. Take quiz. There you go. So I'm just going to have one option there, take quiz, and then they can do that. So I'm going to update that. All right, so now when we go back here, I'm going to click that, and it should add a flow. Well, it's not going to add a flow because actually the flow is already in there because it's part of that keyword that I put in there. But I'm going to put the welcome message in there too. I'm just going to take all those. And I'm going to show you when you install, there's something that you have to be aware of as we go through. All right, so now we're just going to take what those we have, and we're going to go to the next step. And then the next step is if you have any bot fields that you've defined in the flows that you're creating a template for, they're going to come up here and set up bot fields. And what it's going to ask you is do you want it as a template field, or do you want it as a bot field? A template field is going to be viewed in a different place. It's going to be, basically, they're all bot fields. But when you include bot fields in a template, you have a choice to keep them as an original bot field or create them with an overlay called a template field. And what happens is the fields show up in 2 different places as far as when you maintain them. And we'll go over that once you have it installed. And I'll show you the difference. But we're going to leave question number 1 as a template field. And I'm going to say pre-fill that. And then question 2, I'm going to make a bot field. I want it pre-filled. Now what it means is the pre-filled with a current value. All right, let's go back up to the template. The template field, you can pre-fill it with the current value. So whatever you built it with, it's going to bring it along. And maybe it's something that it's like a static information that needs to be the same for all the installs. So you're going to leave it. As far as the template field, you can ask to fill during the template installation, which is a great feature. So let's say you have a software key. Say you're using using dynamic content block to check when people run things to make sure that they have authorization to run them. So what you could do here is you could put in give them a software key that they have to enter when they install. And then within your programming, you're checking to see if it's valid or not. And if it's not valid, then maybe the program stops. That's just an example of a template that you want to fill in. Or maybe there's certain information that they have to give you that you need when you install. And so you'll have them enter it then. Copy and paste it in, whatever. And then override field name and description. You're basically going to change the name and the description of the field. So you want it to change its skin, per se, from what you built to what the production is going to look like. And if you check that, then you can change the name and do this description. All right. All right. And then a bot field, you can just pre-fill with the current value. And that's what I'm going to do, I think, on all these. So that's your choices on this. And, with this quiz, I basically have a demo on it. And I'm just going to, basically, they can use what I have or make it very easy to change it out within here. So we're going to change all these to bot fields. And we'll get all that done. One more, there we go. We're all done. So I'll show you what it looks like. We'll have one that comes in as a template field. And then we'll see how that works. And then we got all that. And then here's what your other flows. And because I have pro things, it does say, your template requires a pro. Can't go on a free account. And then you do next. And then here you can name it. So I'm going to say ManyChat timed quiz. And then you want to upload an image. There we go. And so we have all that. And now we're going to say create template. And now I have my template. I can share it. I can do whatever I want with it. At this point, I can say, well, edit template preferences. Those are, and so you could share it right away. But let's say you're going to distribute it. You have some other things that you want to do to it on the outside. And I'm going to show you a couple of those things right now. You can make it public access enabled, and that's what it's checked to begin with. Now you can turn it off so nobody can use it that way too. You can turn it back on, and then you can copy the thing here. You need to edit the template. Anything that we went through, you can do that right here. And anytime you edit, you're just editing this template that's already there. All right. So let's say you create the template, you installed it, and something was wrong, or a bug was found, a month later, and you have a bunch of installs. Well, you can, number one, to change it, all you're going to do is fix the flow or fix the bug, and that same link is going to work because it's the same template. It's just going to grab whatever new version. When they run the install again, that's the version they'll get. I mean, obviously, if you have them installed for a month and you don't necessarily want to maybe write everything over as far as the fields and all that stuff that are coming in, but you have to be careful with that kind of install. But the thing is if you change any flows, this link doesn't change right here. What you can do on this page too is you can say about, use a timed quiz to entertain your subs. There you go. And then you can put in a guide. And I do have one here. Go into template I already have done. Actually, I'm going to rename this one. Oh, back. YouTube video. There you go. sure that I don't, because I already have one named that. Right here, if I go back in, I should have those two. Yep, and this is the one I want to do. Or actually, I want to go get some information. See what you can do is you can grab the information. You can put in an about. So you put in an about, and then you could put in a guide. And I'm going to show you all this and how it shows up. And this video, copy this video in there. So these are all optional. You know, I mean, obviously the about, you might want to obviously put something in there. These are all optional, but you can save that and you can change these at any time. You don't have to go through the edit template to change them. You can change them on this screen within your template option over here on the left. So now that we have this, and I want to make sure I don't have, where we're going to go, no templates. So you can see if you have installed templates. Now this is a different page. And this is the one we're going to install it on. All right, so I'm just going to back out of that, go to the dashboard. We're going to copy this. And I'm just going to put it in the URL. And there we are. So I put the URL in the browser, hit enter, and it's going to say, okay, you're going to install this. Here's the installation guide. Here's a video presentation. So somebody can go and read those right away. If you click on them, you're going to go to the PDF. And then here you're going to go to the video on YouTube. So we're going to say install. And now it's going to ask you what page you want to install it on. So you do have to be admin on the page that you're trying to put it on. And you can go connect another page. You can connect another page. So if it's a new page, you're just installing this, you could do that. I'm going to install it on this one. Now here's the things that I was talking about. I can't move this out of the way. Well, that's weird. Why do I have so many? I close one and I close them all. Here we're going to, it's really weird because I have more than one. I don't know if you can see my heads here. We're going to just deal with it for now. So now you're going to install, we said install. And here it says template features, general, will replace the existing ones. So got to be very careful if you're going to reinstall something that's going to go right over something. Please choose if you want to install new items for the templates or keep your current ones. So you got to be careful with is when you're coming in with the general elements especially, is that you have choices, because if you already have a default reply, a welcome message, and a main menu, you may not want to overwrite what's already there. So you would say the main menu, you don't. If enabled, current menu structure will be fully replaced. Yeah, so if you don't want to replace the menu that's already there, you need to add those to it, then you want to turn that off and turn the green off. The welcome message, same thing, and default reply. It's going to overwrite what's there, so be very careful. If you don't want to overwrite it and you just want to manually change it and put pieces in it, turn them off so they're not green. All right, and then merge custom fields and tags. So it's going to tell you, maybe you want to merge them into something that's already there. So you can list that out, which is a great feature if you're already coming into an existing system that has part of it, let's say, and you could bring certain things into certain fields. That's a great feature. I'm not going to touch anything. And then obviously here's the other things that are going in. The keyword, the flows, those things. So I'm going to leave those off. I'm going to let the main menu go in. And that's it. So now I'm going to install. What it should do is go to the actual, there we go. And so now we went to the install template. So when I was on this page right here, my Great Life Realty one, I go down here and go to templates, or not, actually go to settings and install templates. It's not there. Well, that's kind of weird, but it's here. Huh. Oh, that's interesting. Well, we're going to close this one and we'll open up another one. Because I know it's there because it's in the other one there. So there you go. So I don't know. That was kind of weird too. But the system, basically this is what you're going to do is you're going to say, oh, install template. Oh, you know what? That one template field didn't come up when we installed this. Oh, here it is right here. All right. So when you install it, and that's what happened. When we got done installing, let's go back here. I forgot. Here's the setting right here. So remember when we set this template up, I set up all the bot fields except one. And this was it. And so it's going to come up and ask you what you want in it. And I'm just going to say American Express. There we go. So it says updated. So now it's updated. So that one's all taken care of. So that's the one thing is when you install it, you may have template fields versus bot fields, and then they have to fill them in to complete the install. I brought in the value from the previous bot field, but you may have something that's empty like a software key. So now we're all installed, and let's just go and I'm going to run a flow. And so you just go in. Oh, let's just find it first here. So now they installed the template. Where are the flows? Right here. ManyChat timed quiz YouTube video. And then I had picked test flows, quiz. There they are, right there. There are the flows. So you have to dig a little bit. Depends on what you brought in. I brought extra stuff in because of this and because of this flow. So that's why there's a little extra. Normally, it's not going to be all this, and it's going to be just this, you know, very segmented of what you bring in. So, and remember, we brought in a menu. There's take a quiz. So the menu is on. So now what I'm going to do is go into the flows, and we're just going to run one of them. And then we'll see it run. And now I'm going to have 4 of them again. There you go. Or more. How many of them am I going to have? 5, 6. Wow. That's crazy. I guess we're not going to go do anymore. Oh, there we go. Got 7 of them. But anyway, the quiz is running. So I just wanted to show you that. And so now let's go back out and say, okay, now you got the template. So it's all installed. It's running. Everything's great. Let's say you want to, you want to change a bot field. So if you go into settings and go into custom fields and scroll down, we have all these bot fields here. Remember all the bot fields I brought over? There's all the bot fields, and you can change the values if you want, you know, that type of thing. But now the one value you can't change is Q answer question 1. It's not here. And remember, we made that a template field. So the template fields, if you need to change them. So I think that's the key, is if there's a template field, it's not going to be changed much. It's going to be there. Probably put it a template field, the bot field. Maybe you're going to change it. And that way you want to be able to get at it. we're going to go over here. So what you're going to do is go to settings, which we're in. You're going to go over to installed templates. And we're going to take a look, and there's the template that's installed. And we're going to open it up. And again, one of them, remember the description we talked about? Here's the description that we typed in. Here's the video, the YouTube video. If I click on it, it takes me to YouTube, watch the video. And then the guide, if you have a guide that goes with it. It all shows up in here so they can go back. Here's the template field. Remember, we did it when we installed it, and here it is again. This is where you access it. If you need to change it, you need to do it here. And then you can see what's all included here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to uninstall it. So if you need to uninstall a template, you just go up here. Here's a template install page, but then here's uninstall. All right. So we're going to uninstall it. Oh, the install page. So basically it's to install it again. So maybe if you had something wrong, that's what this option is. So we're going to uninstall it. So let's see. And I was going to say here, we're going to look. We got a keyword in here too, right? Yep, quiz right there. So we're going to uninstall that. So we're going to go back down to settings, installed. There we go. And we're going to uninstall. And we're going to delete the fields and the tags. We're going to delete the main menu. And then it's going to uninstall the other stuff. It's going to uninstall. It would uninstall the welcome message and default message if we installed it too. So those would show up here, but we didn't do that. Remember, we made those not green anymore when we installed it. So you're going to uninstall. It's gone here. Automation, we're going to go with the keyword. The keyword's gone. I'm actually going to clear that one. Let's see. Flows. There we go. That whole folder, that whole thing is gone. Main menu, it's gone. So it cleaned up. And the templates, actually that's my template. So if we go back to settings in this page, and the installed template's gone too. All right. So that's the ManyChat template process. That concludes our video for today on how to set up a ManyChat template so that you can get your flows and other things that you've set up over to another Facebook page. If you have any questions or comments, please post them down below. I'm happy to answer them. And as always, like the video, share it across the world, and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. Click the little bell so that you do get notification when a new video is uploaded. Down in the description, got a link to a great group. All like-minded people sharing things. Come on over. Happy to have you. As always, have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video.